Uh-oh, we live. Peace, Black Alchemy. I'm gonna start off first by saying peace. Islam, Hotep, greetings to all. Hope all is well with everyone. All is well over here. Yo, I'm gonna try some today. Oh man, Mercury retrograde has been in full effect. And even though we're coming out of it, or even out of it, the energy of Mercury in retrograde is still there and strong, right? So I'm gonna try to pull this off. Whenever we have a Mercury retrograde, man, I'll fall back. I'll fall off the grid, especially with doing these lives and things like that. So I'm gonna try to pull this off. Hopefully we have no technical problems with the phones, the downloads, uploads, all that, whatever. But we're gonna try to pull this off. So peace, Black Alchemy family. Been a few weeks, but that's what we do. We hit you here and there. I ain't gonna tell you when I'm coming, but I'm coming. Just know I'll be lurking. All right, G is out. She gonna come in later, right? But I gotta put this plug in first. Black Alchemy, metaphysical and spiritual services, right? Now, if you need a reading, spiritual baths, cleanings, you need us to consult with you on spiritual matters, floor washes, oils, whatever, reach us at Black Alchemy, 646-450-0649. That number is connected to both of our phones. All right? Get them readings, get them baths, get them oils, get them herbs, get them incense. We do it all over here. Been doing it for a while too. And we not charging an arm and a leg, trying to break nobody like what a lot of people out here doing. All right? Black Alchemy, spiritual products, Black Alchemy, spiritual group, Black Alchemy, Facebook page. Check us out. For those of you on YouTube, subscribe. When you come across this, man, we're going to hit you with the real. All right? On that note, Black Alchemy family, I'm going to give y'all time to come in. I'm doing this live. I know it might be at the spare, right? But I got to get this off because I tried to hold back on this one. Excuse me, with this Mercury retrograde that's going on. I try to fall off the grid, but my soul won't let me stay off too long. I got to do this. All right? So, we're going to jump into it, right? Now, this is what I want to been talking about for a while. And I've been pushing this back because I don't know if people be ready. Whether they ready or not, I'm going to put it out there. Here we go. We're going to talk about unmasking your hidden God. Mask, right? We wear masks on a day-to-day. As we move through our journeys and travels in life, we wear a mask. Right. I've learned to wear a mask, especially around my coworkers, around family, especially this time of year with the so-called holidays and all that. We wear masks, and people are like onions with layers to them. Right? So, we're going to talk about unmasking the hidden God. You have an infinite potential within you. And the thing is, it needs to come out. You need to let it breathe. You need to let it manifest. You can't keep it suppressed. All right? So what we're really talking about is the God self or the higher self, which is a higher expression of self, right? It is your birthright. Being that you are an aspect of a divine source from which you come from. That spark from the divine on a mental level has come into you. I see you, G. It has been coming into you. Right. So when we talk about the God self or the hidden self, we actually talking about higher self. And we're going to tie all that in together. Now, before I do that, because I got to give credit to where I get my information from, right? My first time coming to any kind of lessons or degrees about me being God, right, came from Nation of Islam, Nations of Gods and Earth, known as the 5% Nation, right? Studying 120 lessons, right? Had the supreme lessons, right? And talking about the higher self, I came into that through the Holy Quran, the Moorish Holy Quran that was properly prepared by the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. That's how I got mine, because that explains something that was going on with me. But I'm going to talk about that as we go. Hey, I see you, G. Yeah, I told him you're going to come in. I gave a Black Alchemy plug, too, with the card. So we should be getting some calls, right? So, Let's get into it. Unmasking your hidden God. God self, right? That's what we're talking about. God self. The God self is an awakened state of being where one lives in heaven while living on earth at the same time. You're asking how could that be done? When I'm talking about with heaven, I'm talking about the ori of the crown chakra, spiritual enlightenment, right? And when I'm talking about earth, I'm talking about being root chakra, or I'm talking about being here in the physical, living your mundane everyday life. Now, we coexist in two worlds at the same time where balance is needed between the two. If I'm looking crazy because I got two different phones set up, right? I'm actually on YouTube and I'm actually on Facebook Live at the same time. Now, what balance is needed between the two, right? Can't be too spiritual, can't be too physical. We got to find a balance. Remember, the law of opposites is at play with everything because everything is governed by some type of law. Now, there's people, situations, and things that we have in our lives that keep us grounded. Understand? I'm going to pull you in, G. That keep us grounded. Take me, for example. I have a number 5 and a number 7. Well, I'm a number 7 in numerology, and then that 5 is heart desires. It's easy for me to bounce and want to run off in the mountains, grow a long white beard, and meditate and be with monks all day. Because that 5 is that freedom loving. It'll do that. But at the same time, I have a family, I have a job, I have responsibilities that keep me grounded. So I also have to live in a physical reality or live a physical life. While I love and my heart desire is spirituality, but still my ball and chain is my life here. And that's not meant to be negative. You know what I mean? So the same can be said as far as the higher and lower self, right? Well, we have two entities existing in the same time in one body. Now, to get personal with that, right? Growing up in a crazy situation in the household, seeing things as a child that I should have never saw, you kind of pick up on those negative traits, right? I'm real. I ain't got nothing to hide. Pick up on things, right? Now, what's going on is that growing up, I always felt like there was a war going on inside of me. And growing up in a household where forced to go to church, even though I wasn't feeling it. Family members heavy into that Baptist church thing. I really wasn't feeling it. I had questions that never could be answered. And when I try to explain this war that I felt that was going on inside of me, I was just told that it was the devil, right? And to pray about it. Well, they were right. It was the devil, but it wasn't no red dude with no pitchfork and no horns. It wasn't none of that. So it was the devil, though. I'm going to talk about that. But what was going on, it was a battle between the higher and lower self. You understand? It was this tug of war that was being pulled. Higher self pulling this way, lower self pulling that way. Bam, bam, bam. But the thing is, the higher self is supposed to keep the lower self in check. But a lot of us get caught up to where the lower self is always in control of what the higher self gets to do. That's not right. So we get caught up in the physical world, Western culture. Well, we often neglect the spiritual aspects of who we are. Remember, you tapping into your godhood or you actually becoming God is your birthright. Because remember, I said a few weeks ago, your birthright was stripped away from you at your incarnation. You come here and you go through your trials and tribulations of life, no matter what the situations, no matter what the oppositions of people are, to learn and to earn your godhood back because it was stripped away because I said it'd be like cheating on a test. You come here to pay karma, you come here to learn lessons, and you come here to ultimately learn how to be God. Right? G, you ready to come in? Because I could run off. Hit me up when you're ready to come in. Right? So, mundane reality, right? Where we get caught up with spirit is serving the ego. It should be the other way around where the ego should serve the spirit. That's what's wrong with us as humans. That's what's wrong with us as society. That's what's wrong with us operating on this illusion. You know what I mean? Ego dealing with the 5 senses. It don't want to deal with nothing spiritual. Real talk, because it got to make logic and it's got to make understanding of things going on here. The ego really thinks it's protecting you, but it's not. So when we come with these spiritual lessons, these spiritual degrees, right, and you studying and you learning, Ego in your brain, like, nah, that ain't real. That ain't can't happen. That ain't happening. That logically makes no sense. So ego has to always be checked because we know that what happens on spirit is way more powerful and dominant than what can happen here in this little third illusion that we in. G-Ray, you ready? Come in, come in. I think you gotta do the thing. I'm gonna pull you in. You know what I mean? So that's what happened with that. So we've been duped by society. Well, we fall and we become too materialistic. We get so caught up in the physical, we neglect the aspect of our spiritual selves. You know what I mean? Just running rampant. And that's why you see things the way they going today. You know what I mean? Things seem like they out of control with humanity, with society, all that. I got you. Hold up. Oh, I thought you were trying to come in. No, I thought you were trying to come in. Hit me so you could come in. I gotta give you the invite. Right? So that's what's going on with that. Hold up. There you go. So that's how that go, right? So I got no. So the beauty of the illusion is right. As pretty as we see the mountains, the trees, the rivers, the oceans, all that, no matter what, it's illusion, and it keeps us locked in. And a lot of us fear what we don't understand, and we fear the unknown. And physical transition from death to spirit world or whatever scares a lot of us, because a lot of us still in the back of our mind believe that we might be going to hell and this and that. That's all indoctrinated stuff that was placed on us, right? So the thing is, a lot of us fear what we don't know. And it's hard to get away from the beauty of the illusion. But guess what? You're the designer of that. You played a part in that. You know what I mean? You did a great job at it too. So as pretty as it is, nothing here was meant to be easy. Because remember, we come here to learn. It's a school. You understand? And we trying to, it's finite. It's subject to change. So it's illusion. You know what I'm saying? What we're doing is trying to get back to the aspect of something that is infinite, from which we come from. Now, psychologically, right? Oh, that word, that's what's up. I see that. Psychologically, right? People wear masks to hide their identity or who they really are, right? Hide the identity of their true selves. This could be out of fear, insecurities, and maybe some type of crazy agenda. These being characteristics of human ego. Some people are like onions, like I said before, many layers. Right. You think about for those who read comments into like the movies and things like that, the hero always wear a mask in the movie because he claimed that I'm trying to protect those who I love. Right? We wear a mask really in society, man. When you think about a mask, it's really to hide something, hide the identity. The thing is, we're about removing the veil, removing the mask, and letting God or the goddess within you shine through. Right? We are the gods of our own universe. You are the center of your own circumference, of your own cipher. I say it all the time. You know what I mean? Anything coming in your circumference of your cipher, you the center of that. It has to bend and bound to what rules you put out there. You the god of your own reality. You shape and form things and bend things to according to how you want them. Through the power of mind, through the power of word, and through the power of action. Anything that's going on, good or bad, it's up to you. Everything that you have experienced is based on your thinking, your action, and your words. See, Godhood ain't something that you could put on and take off. It's always working. I say it all the time. And I got that from C. Freeman L. You know what I mean? We wear three different hoods in life. Childhood, adulthood, and godhood. That's it. It's always working. You know what I mean? So, we the gods of our own reality. Right? With our words, thoughts, and actions, we shape, form, and bend things according to how we need them, right? Now, all oppositions, situations, interactions are all attracted to us according to the vibrational frequency of the thoughts, positive and negative, right? Now, when I say God, I'm speaking of an attribute of being generator, operator, destroyer. Destroyer as the killer of the human ego. Generator being the brain, operator being the soul, destroyer being Kundalini. Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the upkeeper, and Shiva, the destroyer. Okay? It ties in hand. We wear them three hoods: childhood, adulthood, godhood. In John 10:34, what it say? Is it not written in your law, nature? I say ye are gods, that's in the Bible. We can't escape from that godhood because we're aspects of that source that put everything into play, because nothing can exist outside of it. It is everything that exists and everything that don't exist. You're just a different vibration of that for the experience of being human, for what you go through and experience to go back to the source where it learns from us. You know what I'm saying? Take control. See, the thing is about godhood and goddesshood that a lot of us don't want to grasp, and this is a word that I never hear come up, but it goes with that. It's called responsibility. Responsibility for your actions, responsibility for your words, and responsibility for your thoughts. Responsibility. Like I said before, everything that you're going through, right, is based off your mental creation. And if we choose to give power to other people, this and that, guess what? That's still based on what you did. Know what I'm saying? Can't be giving other people power. Everything is based off your thought. This is your reality. So in other words, you stand up and be the master of your circumference. Hands down. If you don't like the way something going in your life, take control. Sometimes you got to grab the bull by the horns and wrestle it down. Might not be easy. But what's here is really easy. Nothing here is really too easy. It wasn't designed to be easy. If it was easy, you would take it for granted. I'm looking like that because I got two different things going on right here. It'll be taken for granted. You know what I'm saying? So you got to tap into that. Now, a lot of religious people, oh, that's blasphemy. How can man be God? Yo, it's in your Bible. I ain't even go through that with that. You know what I'm saying? Your godhood operates on a range of 360 degrees, right? I say add another 360 degrees and you'll have 720, right? 360 degrees of physical knowledge, 360 degrees of spiritual knowledge. We rolling with 720. That's why it's called Black Alchemy 720. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual, physical. There's just as much God inside of you as there's God outside of you. And that's the thing is, you come correct with the God inside of you first before you can do anything out here. That's metaphysics. That's spirituality. Being that spirituality is at the core, and religion is the shell that covers spirituality. But how many people know that? Because religion is supposed to lead you to spirituality. Religion is the mask. But when you remove the mask and the veil, it leads you to spirituality. Now, like I said earlier, when I was talking about my situation of the high and lower self, and I was just told to pray about it because it was the devil. You're right, it was the devil, but not some red dude running under the ground with goddamn horns and a pitchfork. Nah, it wasn't that. It was the lower self, right? There's a proverb, right? It says, "He who masters self is greater than he who conquers thousands in battles." And this is a battle that no one is exempt from, the battle of the higher self. Long as you're in a physical body and you got breath in your lungs and blood flowing through your veins, you're going to always have this constant tug of war going on with you. Everybody. Because you can do right and you can do wrong. God, you could be devil. You could be the master, you could be the slave. See, remember, the law of opposites of polarities or duality is always at play with everything because law governs all events. And that just seemed to be the law that's going on with this. God and devil, two different sides of the same coin, heads, tails. You know what I mean? So, my personal experience, I had to learn, and I'm learning over time because I'm not perfect. Because guess what? I'm not going to totally neglect lower self because it's about survival. Root chakra. There's going to be times where it's going to have to put his head out and play. Well, I'm gonna need that. Yo, if I'm defending my family and I'm defending my home, higher self, I'm sorry, ain't gonna get it done. And that might sound crazy to some people, but I need to get on that life or death situation, and then I gotta get some cast up off me. Yo, I need that lower self to come through and handle that. I can't do that when my head's in the clouds. Remember? Because I'm still living in a physical reality where things happen here. Because this is what? The carnal plane. And anything that you could think of, anything could be expected here to go down. Believe me. It's wicked. Real talk. It's dangerous. We see that, man. Never take nothing for granted here on this plane. So, I'm not going to totally neglect the lower self. But the thing is, you got to bring the two kingdoms together. You got to find balance in between the two. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. You got to find balance between the two. I got that from G. She said, nah, I ain't shaking my lower self. I need that. Yo, we used to clash over that. But I understand what she's saying. Because there's going to be times when you're going to have to let it rock. True spiritualists know that. You can try to be all holy in the Tao all you want to. But those passions, desires, and urges of the lower self stick their head out. But guess what? That's part of your experience taking on the fleshly garb and becoming human. You got to learn how to master that to get back to your godhood. You God. You just need the information and the knowledge to remind you that you God. You know what I'm saying? Of your own reality. Let me say that. Yo, the only devil that man needs to save himself from is the one that's in the mirror. The one that you see every day. There's no enemy greater than the one that you face every day when you get up to wash your face and brush your teeth. That reflection is reflecting back to you. That's your greatest enemy. I say it all the time. Because that's the one that you can't hide from. That's the one that you can't lie to. That's the one that knows your weaknesses. It knows your strengths. It knows your insecurities. It knows your failures. That's the one you can't lie to. The one that's in the mirror. Well, Michael Jackson had that song, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. Yo, he was dropping a jewel right there. But like I say, that devil that you really need to be fearing is self, ego. That's the one that you got to watch. Because it don't want to deal with nothing dealing with spirituality. It loves disillusion. It loves the cardinal plane. This is the realm of it. You ever seen two brothers in a heated debate going back and forth, arguing? I'm talking about they passionate about what they spitting, right? And they actually saying the same thing, but they just come in two different directions with it. It's because they on different vibratory frequencies. But ego won't allow them to see that. Ego won't allow you to say that you're wrong. Ego won't allow you to just take that L, go back and study and come back better. How many people end up in prison because of ego? How many people end up in a grave because of ego? Some people can't take a L. Taking the L, I don't want to take a L. I'm an Aries. I ain't trying to take a L. But guess what? I'll take that L and I'll come back better. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, because you gotta get into self-mastery. You gotta, like, every failure is a step to perfection down the line. So take that L. I could say that now at what, 43? 43, 44? I could say that now. But in my 20s, I wasn't trying to hear that. Before I take that L, man, ain't no limit to what I might do. But where I'm at, it took growth to get to that stage. You know what I'm saying? Take that L. Because it's a step to perfection. You know, it's a thing that's said in martial arts, right? Your opponent is not there for you to defeat. Your opponent is there. What's going on, Mike? I see you. Your opponent is there to expose your weaknesses. That's what your opponent is there for. That's what your devil is there for. That's what your ego is there for. It's actually pushing you to where you need to be. You know what I mean? Pushing you to your God self. Tapping into the Godhood. That's you. That's right. I see you, Mike. That's right. Ego is the European god of oppression. Yeah, man. Ego get the best of it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not something that it's always gonna be that fight. Like I say, as long as you live in here in the physical body, it's gonna be that fight between doing right and wrong. No man is good and evil at the same time. If the pendulum swings that way, it eventually has to swing back this way. You have days when you're righteous and you have days when you're a little bit off your square. You be off your square. And sometimes, all right, you fall off your square, but guess what? You got to get back on it. That's going to happen. That's going to happen, man. You get knocked off your path, you got to get back on it. You might make a mistake here and there. All right, guess what? Every mistake, like I said before, is a step towards perfection. The true mistake is not even getting back on the path. And that's what it's all based on. You come here for mastership. You already a master. You already ascended master. The thing is, you come here to gain it, to remember that you're an ascended master. You already God. You come here to learn that you God of your own reality, of everything that's going on in your 360-degree circumference or 720 degrees circumference, or spiritual and physical. So we're dealing with the 720, right? And that could be whatever you choose it to be, the range. You can do it with a range of 720. Know what I mean? So the thing is, yeah, there are some things that ground us here. But at the same time, because we're grounded to something don't mean we need to be bound to it, or bound to it, excuse me. Everything is his only for us to learn. Yup. It's one principle of the all. That's right. Remember, the law of opposites is always at play. You're right. Right. It's going to happen. I see you, Eddie. What up? Yeah, I know it sounds quiet over here tonight. Everybody out, G and them out eating. You know what I mean? That's what's happening with that. So you come here, you learn how to gain your godhood back. You got to earn it back. Because like I said before, at the time of your incarnation, you gave it up to become human. Not saying that you're not that, but that's what you are, but you're getting your birthright back. Godhood and goddesshood is your birthright. And can't nobody take or strip that away from you, because you come from the source. You come from the all. You come from the divine consciousness. You come from the infinite. Whatever you choose to call it, you come from that source, and that spark and that power, that consciousness, all that resides in you. Okay, I see you. All that resides in you. So no, you don't have to live a life of suffering, a life of poverty, unless you want to. Unless you want to. Because like I said, your godhood ain't something you could turn on and turn off. So if you choose that by your thinking and your ways and your actions, that's what's going to happen. Oh, okay, I see you in Denver. All right. Yeah. What up, Eddie? Long time no see. But that's what's going on. You got to tap back into that. Be the God of your own reality. Before you look for God up in the skies, look for God here first. That's what we messing up in society. Only a few get that. And a lot of, try to keep that away from the masses, man. But I would rather put it out because when I read the news or look at the news, man, we as humans, we ain't lost our damn minds, man. We out of control. We out of control, man. And I feel that's the only thing that's going to get us on point. But that happens when you're trying to understand spiritual concepts or infinite concepts with finite minds. Because finite things are subject to change. That's how we know we're in an illusion. Shit, the body changes. Everything changes. The only thing that doesn't change is change itself. So as beautiful as this is, this illusion that I'm talking about, as pretty as this world is, it's still subject to change. It's finite. What we want to deal with is infinite principles. And that's the all or the source that you come from. And it's in you. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. They was giving it to you. Remove the mask. Remove the veil. Be who you was chose to be. Birthright. Know what I'm saying? Understand you're going to be tried and tested, though. And that's when that sneaky devil called the lower self, called the ego, it's going to show up to test you. But you need to be tested. And I'm speaking from experience on all this. Yeah, you got to go in and get it out. That's what we do from spiritual and metaphysical ways. We work from inside going out. Religion would have you work from outside and try to have it go in. It don't work like that. Anytime any type of change take place, where it changed first? On the inside. Nothing ever changed from the outside. That's right. Nothing ever changed from the outside. You never seen it happen like that. You got to infiltrate. Wow, infiltrate, N-I-N, infiltrate. Put things, people, and situations in play on something on the inside to bring about. What's up, girl? You all right? Mommy on her way home, okay? I'll be finished in a minute. Infiltrate. Changes take place in here first. And that's another thing. You can't change other people and you can't change nobody. People change according to their own thinking, ways, and time and actions. Hands down. That is a battle that any and everybody will lose. People don't change until they're ready to change. You can encourage them. That's right. The I self. I am. I am that I am. The true and living God is the Son of Man. You know what I mean? 120 lessons. Yeah, but like I was saying, man, people change when they're ready to change. That's just how it is. So master your circumference. Master your cipher. Master your square. Master your reality. You worry about that. You can't worry about what somebody else doing in their own cipher. You can't do that. Only when they come into your circumference. You shape, form, and bend and shape things and create things what's going on with you. Now, I mean, we can't get caught up on what the next person is doing. That's right. Thank you, Eddie. We can't get caught up on what too many other people are doing. That's a problem. And people shouldn't even have access into your circumference like that anyway. I mean, Eddie used to talk about that all the time. Matter of fact, at work. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So master the self. That's right. An egg does bring, might you be on point, man. An egg brings life from the inside. That's it. That's it. That's it right there. That's it. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? It all starts here. Yo, that's crazy because it's really a disrespect because religion has taught us from behind the pulpit to look for God outside of us, but never told us that God was inside of us. And in the Bible, it said that, but a lot of times they keep that on the low. You know what I mean? They don't want you to know that. I can't have you know that this Almighty that you're looking for resides in you. I need it outside of you, so you won't tap into that, because I want to have control over you. I want your money. I want your lady. I want this car. I want your attention. I want this power. Because guess what? Because I'm behind the pulpit and I got a cross on my neck, I'm still here to serve my ego. Why do you think so many men in positions get caught up? So many pastors, so many politicians, and a lot of them get caught up with women. Because first of all, they're not used to that type of attention from women, because, you know, they say women love men with authority and power. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of them get up there for the pleasure of the ego. Devil behind the pulpit. You know what I mean? It happens. It's real. So remember, you're the God of your own reality. Anything that's going on in your life, like I said, you create it, you shape it, you bend it, you form it. You patah, the creator God. It's all up to you. That's right. I see you, G. That's right. Psalms 82:6. I see you, Mike. You're right. I see you. Yep, birthed them into the world. There you go. Responsibility. That's what it comes down to. That's the word, responsibility. You gonna keep giving power to things outside of you? Or you gonna be the power? What you gonna do? This is a lesson that we all have to go through. I remember when I heard it the other day because I was listening to some old when D Block and Rockefeller was going at it, and Styles said something to Beans about Jay. He said, "You want to pray to God, he want to play to God." I was like, "Oh man, that's crazy." You know what I'm saying? But what's wrong with playing to God? Nah, you playing human, right? No self-control, right? Remember here, this is a stage. This illusion is a stage, and we wear multiple masks. We wear different masks in different situations and on different sets. But you never really let who you really are ever shine. And that is the brightest light. That is the brightest light. It is within you. You understand? Star Wars, right? Return of the Jedi. For Luke to really become a Jedi Master, right? He had to learn, well, he had to go from the good side of the Force to the dark side of the Force to actually going back to the good side of the Force, which he made his rotation around that, and actually became a Jedi Master. Right? You can't know one without knowing the other. You can't know God without knowing devil. You can't know love without knowing hate. You can't know peace without knowing war. Because opposites are always at play. Always at play. Laws are going to govern all events. I keep saying it. If we can grasp that concept that for everything that we see, situation, opposition, everything that goes on in our life, is some kind of universal law at play. If you can grasp the concept of the universal laws, then that makes everything so much easier. Because you learn how to move within law and now outside of law. Because that's when things go against you, because now you have become an outlaw. That's where the term outlaw come from. Yeah, y'all thought it was about a guy with a goddamn black hat and face covered and out here doing crimes, this and that, out of law. No, you're out of law when you go against universal laws. You try to go against universal laws, but there's penalties for that. Yeah, yeah, you're right, Eddie. Shakespeare said we are all actors in a play. That's right. Your ego, your job, the money, the car, the clothes, they're just props on the stage. That's not who you are. The body ain't even who you are. It all remains here. It's all finite. It all fades away. Know what I mean? It's not the essence of who you are. And that's what I'm talking about tonight. If you can get to the essence of who you are, nothing that nobody will ever say to you will hurt you ever again. Because that person really don't know who you are. And most likely they don't know who they are. That's what it is. So no matter how many people out here in the spiritual world want to do work against you, they want to throw negative words, thoughts, and actions against you. If you know who you are, you standing on your square, it won't affect you. We're not giving power to people and things outside of us. We have to stop that. Because remember, that all goes into the subconscious mind. And on return, subconscious mind will create that in your reality for you. So be careful consciously what you expose yourself to, because subconscious mind take it as reality. Right or wrong, it's going to accept it because it's loyal, but it's naive. We have chains we have to break. We have to break the chain of humanity because the inner God is ready to come out. It's been suppressed too long. And I'm pretty sure that there's times we can think of in our life where it shines through and it comes out. I got some experiences. Some I could talk about, and a lot of them I'm not going to put out here. But that's what it is. So on that note, I'm going to get ready to close out. Remember, that mask, it's cool. It's cool as you navigating and you traveling through this carnal plane. It's cool for whatever situation it is. But remember, this is not who you are. The real essence of who you are is behind the mask. It's behind the mask. Right? It's the highest form of self-expression. It's the God self. I am that I am. That's who you are. And once you can grasp that and accept it and become it, nothing would ever shake you ever again. And on that note, I'm going to say peace, blessings. Thank you, Mike, Eddie. Thank you, G, for checking in. I thought you was going to come in on live, but I know you was out eating. Yo, and I'm going to let this get out. Share this, put this out there, because somebody needs to hear this. I'm not just up here talking because I have to talk. Yo, spirit lay it on me, and I got to put it out there. Because I don't want somebody else's blood on my hand. I've done enough of that. So, thank you. Peace. Remember, check us out at Black Alchemy, 646-450-0649. Get them readings, get them baths, get them oils, get them herbs, floor wash. We even build with you. If it's something that you need help with or something trying to grasp this and that, hit us up, man. We'll build with you on that too. What up? What up? I see you. Yeah. So hit us up at Black Alchemy, man. And, right, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. I've been sitting on it for a while and not doing nothing with it, so I'm trying to build that up. You know what I mean? So on that note, peace. I'm out.